Hi guys, next video first, Triumph bar risers are coming soon, that'll make this nice and straight. And next video, my MTC exhaust is coming, my Triumph 800. So 2 videos coming up very soon. Next video you're going to see today, oh god, it's the same blue one. I know a guy wanted it and all, but sometimes just goes to prove no matter what you do to a bike, then results still the same. Some really good helpful advice in this video about changing the water and antifreeze and the piston and so on. So please enjoy guys, check out this Speedfight video and check out my big ones afterwards. Cheers guys. Okay guys, still playing with this one. Just got the piston today. 49, look at that. Top dead now, okay? 49, not 47. And this one is actually 45. Now, disappointing, £20 for this one, but you notice it hasn't got the arrow, which arrow always faces the exhaust. So, because I know, if you look at this piston, you'll see there is a little sort of clippy bit there, okay? That normally fits up there. There's 2, one here and one there. They go to the back, okay? So make sure that they are facing, as it were, there, alright? So that goes like that. So the rings are at the back, not at the front, okay? That's where all the pistons normally have an arrow, and this £20 one doesn't. Took bloody long enough. They, because I specifically asked for a 49mm long one, they sent me a 70 kit. And then moaning about me, description says, big bore kit, a bit odd. Then it's a standard 50cc piston Peugeot. Then it says rear, front and discs, and you're like, which one is it? What are you trying to sell here? Discs? A 70 kit? Now a 70 kit, okay, isn't just a piston. That's not a kit. That's what it sent me. Just a piston, rings and a bit in the middle. That's not a kit. A kit would consist of the barrel as well. So a little bit annoyed with them. I'm keeping the piston anyway, so I've got a 70 piston. Who knows? I don't like them anyway, as you know. But yeah, a bit of an odd one, that one. So anyway, this is a 45mm. That's what they're selling for 49, remember that? And that gets you top dead centre now. Right, I've pushed it in. I've shown you how to do pistons before anyway. I just thought I'd show you this little bit here. It's nice and free. I can turn it up and down now, so I'm going to put it all back together and then let's see whether it runs and rides. Remember guys, when tightening the head down, make sure you put the thermostat and the spring in. Thermostat first, then spring. And when putting the head bolts down, hand tighten them all down and then crisscross. So back, front, okay? Crisscross. Doesn't matter how you crisscross, front, back, it doesn't matter. But make sure you crisscross them down. 40 Newton tons of square inch of blah blah. Just don't over tighten them, alright? You'll know just when it gets nicely done. Again, what I do when I've done this bit, I'll start the bike, run it without any water for 30 seconds, then I'll put the water in, make sure it's tightened down properly. Don't over tighten them, alright? Let's get going. Right, nice and easy, there's the head down. I'm sorry guys, I'm a bit blasé about these. I've done a video on them before, and I've also done a video on if you snap them, how to get them out. Okay, so I know the hand tightness to get them, you know, how much pressure to put on them now. I've done it, you know, 100 times. For you to take a bit of time and care and make sure you don't snap them. Remember this blue plug? I get asked a lot what this is, this blue plug, because on air cooled ones, it's still there. On the water cooled ones, obviously, it's for the temperature gauge, so that must go back on. Okay, there you go. Right, spark plug, exhaust, bit of fuel, start her up. Let it run 30 seconds. The reason why, don't rev it when you first start it, let it tick over just to warm it up, then do the head again, just make sure it's nice and tight down, then put water in and there you go. The reason why is because sometimes you haven't got the head down properly and you put water in it, it's going straight into your head, it won't run and you think it's a load of other things. So at least you can eliminate the fact you haven't put the head down properly by knowing it started. Then if you try and start it again afterwards and it won't run, you know that you haven't put the head down properly. There you go, nice and simple, and that's why I do it. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but I'm saying that's what I do. Right, now it's checklist time. Alright, nice and simple. Head down, little lead on, plug tightened and HT lead on. Remember this is water cooled, so make sure your pipes are back on. Even though there's not water in them, make sure your pipes are back on. Whatever's in the system will come flooding air. You've tightened the exhaust up and you've tightened the exhaust up on the side here. Now, always take this one off air here and suck through petrol. Remember this is a brand new one, okay? It's been off for a couple of weeks now, so there's no petrol anywhere in here. So it will take an awful lot starting, sometimes kick them over. Now before you even electric start, do not touch that button. Before you do this, kick it over, okay? you've already done it before, kick it over, make sure that the head goes up and down. The worst thing you want to do is if you've actually done it wrong and you've got one of the clips out, if you try to let it start, it will just score it, blow it up, and it will go wrong again. So kick it over a few times. I've already tested it and I've already kicked it over a few times as well. Okay, and then we should have all go. So now sometimes like this one, I've often used a little squirt of Easy Start. Okay, and you just spray that in this little bit here, just a second, 2 seconds worth, and then turn over. So I've just sprayed that in there because it's been sitting for a long while. And right, that's all you do. Do not rev it. Just let it tick over 30 seconds or so. Alright, that's not bad, is it? Again, may not be fixed though yet, I don't know. But the piston's definitely new. Scatter coil, carburetors, all sorts. Just let it run, just tell it exhaust. Touch the bottom here, don't touch the bottom, it's quite hot. Just 30 seconds worth. And then you want to put some water in this. Now, because it runs now, so let's turn it off. So that ran, turn it off, turn it back on again and again. So again, why? Because now I know that it starts, runs and stops, and when I put water in it, if it won't start after that, you know you haven't tightened the head down. It's really simple, isn't it? Simple little thing, really. Right, so I'm going to tighten the head down a tiny bit more. It's cold. And then I'm going to put the water in and then see if she starts. So let's try that. Nice and easy to fill up. Remember, I changed the front end on this. Watch the other video. I changed the front end so it's a Speedfight one end rather than the whole thing coming off on this one. Now guys, when I say water, I really don't mean water, okay? I mean antifreeze, alright? Some you get diluted already, some you don't. I've used red in this, and I don't really dilute it, to be honest with you. I use it as it is. It's much better. It's only a cut for 3 or 4 quid. It used to be really cheap years ago. And that's just a Poundland blue one. You just use that as it is. It's already ready to put in there. So your choice is yours. But don't just put water in it. Do you know, I've got water there. But I've already filled it full of that. And again, once you pour it in there, okay, just give it a minute. Squeeze the pipes. You can squeeze these pipes. They're easy to squeeze. You want the water to go around. And then leave it off. And then when you start the bike, just let it run for a bit. Leave the top off, okay? It stops air locks. And you don't think it's full of water when it's not. Cars are a lot harder. You get more airlocks. These little bikes don't really get airlocks in them. It's just that little pump, pumps it round straight away. So again, we're going to start the bike. I'm going to let the water drain down. I'm going to put some more water in it, fill up, put the cap on, job done, test it after road test. So, let's see. So there you go, it's running. And if you do that, that's going through nicely. I didn't trim it. See, it's gone down a little bit. Now just let it take over. And that's all you can do now. Leave the top off for a little while. As soon as it starts to get warm, put the cap back on. And then let the bike tick over. 10-15 minutes. Don't go out for a ride straight away. It's a brand new piston. It's got to seat nicely. It's got to be happy. But you get the picture. Alright, hopefully in half hour or so, take it out and see what it does, and maybe job done. Today's a sad day. Today's a day that isn't job done. I have changed absolutely everything on this bike. Now, stator coil, spark plug, wires, CDI units, piston, different carburetors, air filters, everything I could possibly change. Fuel, flushed it all through. It just goes to show that even with all the years of experience that I have, and I have a few years experience of these bikes, and over the years 3 or 4 have stumped me. This one has stumped me. I don't know whether there's a crack in the actual engine casing or something. I just don't know, but it will not play ball. It will start bang on. Yesterday, you see the antifreeze, I went up and down the road, it was all right, and then pulled back a little. I thought, okay, you know, new piston. Came back in, good as gold. Tick over, I can start it now, it will tick over. I went out again this morning, pulled back. It's as though once the float chamber gets rid of the petrol, it's not flooding, it's not running out of petrol. I've changed the vacuum even. it just doesn't want to live. So there you go, guys. This is an unhappy ending. This is the real life, that sometimes no matter what you do, you cannot fix them. This is where I've done videos before to try and help you guys. And you go to a garage and you say, can you fix it? And they say, yeah, go to reception, mate, leave the keys there. So well, how much it's going to cost? I don't know. How long is it going to take? I don't know. This is why motorbike shops don't doing them. You know, this could be £300, it could be 50p to fix. I can't do it. The only thing I can do to this bike now is reuse all the parts. So all the fairings, everything else. Eventually, one day, I just might find out what it is and I'll do a video. But that's what I'm beginning to think now. The reeds are good as well. There's something wrong, deep core inside. The person had it before said to me that it ran perfectly for 2 weeks and all of a sudden died. I just don't know. I've looked everywhere. I've done everything I possibly know and I can't fix it. So guys, there we go. A bit of a bugger video. Good part for this one is though to say about the antifreeze. If you're changing your water, don't put water back in it. Most certainly not in Britain. Put your antifreeze in it. It keeps it cooler in the summer as well as, you know, better in the winter. It doesn't also freeze up, so you're not going to damage the bike. So follow them steps. But as for this bike, do all the steps and 99 times out of 100, that bike will run and happy days. But today, it's just not doing it. I've got a guy who wants this bike. He knows who he is. And I've had to say, I just can't do it, bud. I've got other one. I'll get that sorted and go from there. But yeah, this is dead. Right, like, subscribe. Facts of life, mate. Take care of yourself, guys.